Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kate and today I'm going to talk about the books I read in February of 2019. I read 7 books in February. It's early March now, in case you're wondering. One of my New Year's resolutions was to read loads of books this year and I'm really happy with myself. I feel like I'm really on track and yeah, I'm really happy with how much I've been reading. One thing I want to say before I start talking about the books, totally off topic, but if you know my channel, you probably know that I'm a massive fan of After. And it just got announced, I think it's confirmed that the After movie isn't coming out in Australia until June freaking 6th. Now, if anyone is watching this video and you're Australian, please talk to me in the comments because I need to vent. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. I'm so mad. I don't understand how that could even happen. I'm literally this close to booking a ticket with my nearly non-existent funds to go to America just to watch it in April. And I don't know, I just don't know what to think about it. And if anyone wants to cry with me in the comments, please do it because I mean, it's just been the worst part of my week. I mean, if the worst news of my week is that After isn't coming out till June, I guess my week's gone pretty good. But still, I need a shoulder to cry on. So if you want to talk with me about it, be my guest. Okay, so now that my little rant is over, I'll tell you what I read this month. So the first book I read was a series. I read Did I Mention I Love You and the whole series. So Did I Mention I Love You, Did I Mention I Need You, and Did I Mention I Miss You by Estelle Masker. And I actually have a whole book talk on it on my channel. I think it's the last video I uploaded. So if you want to know my thoughts on it, go check that out. But I'll give you a little synopsis. So Did I Mention I Love You follows a girl called Eden, and she lives in Portland, Oregon with her mum, and her parents have divorced, and she goes down to California for the summer to spend it with her dad, who she hasn't seen in 3 years. And he has remarried and has 3 stepsons. They is Chase, Jamie and Tyler. And Tyler is 17 and he's a pretty bad boy. And Eden starts to fall for him and it's really taboo because they're step siblings. But yeah, things happen. It's a romance, I'm sure you can guess. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was fun. It annoyed me in some parts, really frustrated me. But overall, I had a great time reading it. And Estelle Masker wrote that when she was, I think, 13 to 16 years old. So I mean, my hat's off to her because she did a great job for being that young, and it was a really fun read. And I think it's a staple in YA romance, or that's what I've heard on BookTube. So I think if you're really trying to get into the genre, that's a great one to start with because it's good and it's fun, so why not read it? The next 3 books I read are also part of a series, and that's the Dive Bar series by Kylie Scott, and there is Dirty, Twist and Chaser. Again, Kylie Scott with the really strange names, but I kind of love it, not gonna lie. And this series is a companion novel series. So 3 books, centers on 3 different couples, but they're all friends and they all intertwine with each other's stories. And it is a spin-off of the Stage Dive series. And if you watched my What I Read in January, you'll know that I absolutely fell for the Stage Dive series so hard. I'm in love. I still go back to parts of it and reread them because I am obsessed with it. I love the characters and it's just so much fun. And yeah, it's a little trashy, but I don't care. I love it. I think it's great. The Dive Bar series starts with Lydia, and she has just fled from her wedding the day of, and she runs into the house next door and she sits in the bathtub because she's hiding from her husband because she found out something that he's been doing behind her back and she doesn't like it. So she decides not to marry him. So she's in a stranger's house in his bathtub, and in walks Vaughn, the guy who owns the house. And yeah, that's where their relationship kicks off. And now Vaughn actually made an appearance in the last book of Stage Dive, and that's how it's a spin-off. his band opened for Stage Dive in the series, and that band's just broken up, so he's come back to his hometown in Idaho to, you know, sort out his affairs and everything. And yeah, so that's where he meets Lydia, and their relationship goes on from there. The other 2 books in this series, they focus on Joe and Alex and Eric and Jean. And both Joe and Eric work in the dive bar, so it centers around people who are working in the dive bar as well. Now, this series, I didn't like it as much as Stage Dive. And I feel like I should have known that because, I mean, I just loved it so much. But I just think what fell flat for me were the characters. I wasn't as invested in them as I was with the people from Stage Dive. And I know I shouldn't really be comparing them, but I mean, they are from the same author, from Kylie Scott, so I feel like I kind of can. But yeah, I liked it, don't get me wrong. They're really enjoyable to read. The characters are really cute and funny, and I had a good time reading it. I don't regret it, but I just didn't like it as much as Stage Dive. But I will say that like the characters from Stage Dive do appear in the Dive Bar series, like for little snippets, and it's the cutest thing ever. Like that for me was worth reading the whole series just for those little snippets. But yeah, not as good as Stage Dive, but I really liked it. It was cute to read, so yeah, read it, don't read it, whatever. See if it's for you. The last book I read this month was a standalone, and that is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Yeah, I've got a lot of feelings about this book. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was amazing, like 5 out of 5 stars. It broke my heart though. Like, I've never read Colleen Hoover before, but people always say, you know, Colleen Hoover's books will tear you apart, you know, they'll leave you on the floor, you know, they'll go in a direction that you would never have expected, and that's to a T what happened. I mean, I did not know starting this book what it was going to be about, and when I finished it, I was like, what the heck was that? I mean, I thought I was just reading a fruity romance, but it didn't turn out to be that. But yeah, so It Ends With Us centers around Lily, and she lives in Boston, and she's starting up her own business, and I can't really say anything without giving it away, but let's just say that she meets a new guy, and then her past starts to kind of catch up with her and present itself in her new life, and it's about her choosing between the two, her past and her present, and seeing which one's best for her. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a really crap description, but read it. Just read the book. Like, you will not regret it. It is amazing. Like, I just can't describe it. It had me crying. I was on the floor. I was really hormonal when I read it, and then for the next 2 days I was, yeah, it's like going a bit insane. But yeah, it was amazing. So please, I think it's a book everyone should read. If you need a book to read, read It Ends With Us. You won't regret it, I promise you. I think it, even though I only read it a week ago, it's already taught me so many new life lessons that I feel like are really important and everyone should learn. So yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't make any sense if you don't know what it's about, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It was amazing, and I'm so glad I read it. I actually bought it over a year ago, and it's just been sitting in my cupboard. I just haven't touched it, but I'm so glad I finally did, and I can't believe it took me that long. But yeah, it was amazing. 10 out of 10. Those are the books I read in February. I had a good reading month, 7 books. I'm very happy with it. I got some really great romance stories in, and a really good breaks your heart and puts it back together one in, which I'm so happy I read. So great month for reading, and hopefully if you like the idea of some of these books, you can pick them up yourself. So that completes this video. Thank you for watching if you did. And yeah, just thank you for hanging out with me and listening to me prattle on about what I read in February. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.